Hello, welcome back. If you're new here, hey, hello, my name is Utsin. This is Alchemy of Knowledge. And before we start, I'm so gonna start this reading with a cleanse. It's been raining outside, so I'm just like, and the moon's in Scorpio as well. So it's like very emotional. A lot of things are resurfacing. So feelings right now can be very intense and very strong, especially because the sun is in Cancer. So while we're at it, I already pulled the pre-card, so here we go. First card is transformations, attachments, letting go of restrictions, fear. So you could be still attaching yourself to things like having to do with the ego, or attaching yourself to fear, to limiting beliefs that are holding you back, or even to like certain past scenarios or emotions that resurface back up. You're still holding on to it. And it's just weighing on you. Rather than having you elevate, it's just weighing on you. And right now, because the moon is in Scorpio, it does get very dark. But that doesn't mean that that is the ending. It just means that you have to allow yourself to process those emotions and let go of what it was and has been. Because it's already just it's in the past. It's not your current reality. Your body still remembers it as if it's your current reality. But you have to tell that to your mind and to yourself. Remind yourself in the present moment. I was also like, what's it called? That book from the Power of Now. Some of you guys don't even realize that you're operating in your pain body. And my pain body is like, it's this like unconscious way of being when it comes to pain. Like you identify with your pain. You become your pain. It's kind of like an addiction. So whenever you're doing that, you're not realizing that you can always shift. You can always think otherwise. Like this is not your actual like thought process. And sometimes you think like, oh, these are just my emotions. This is just my thoughts. Like this is just normal. I'm just going to keep continuing to feel this way and think this way. And it's like, no, you got unconscious. And that's what they're trying to teach you. Like start becoming conscious and shift and pivot. Let's see what the next card is. Yeah, okay, so as you're letting go of like these attachments, as you're going through like this massive transformation and shift in your life, something is going to be revealed to you. There's going to be an epiphany, especially in regards to your foundation and stability, or even in regards to your family. I'm seeing with the 8, like it also represents like Scorpio in the 8th house, and it's like secrets, the taboo, something like very unconscious in the midst of it. Okay, so you might be attached to like a promise, what's it called? Or to like this temptation. There's like this hidden desire within you that you're still lingering and attached to. So this could be a person, a job, a certain reality, something that you're still like aching for and yearning for. And it seems to be like as you're going through like this massive shift and transformation, you're realizing like, wow, this is really what it wasn't. And you're finally coming to terms like, yo, I played myself, or I actually lied to myself. Nonetheless, like Spirit's like saying like they're clearing away the obstacles. You're divinely protected and guided, even though whenever you feel like you're not in tune or connected to the divine, you have been connected. Elephants can be very significant for you. Also like flowers. So maybe like surrounding yourself around like, things that are like well scented, or even flowers, or being around nature can be very significant for you. So that way you can ground yourself and be more in the present moment than dwelling on this energy. Spirit's reminding you like that they're sending you love. There is love even in the midst of the darkness. And that's just because you're shifting through cycles. So there is like this like familial like karmic cycle that you're like shifting through. And you don't even realize it. So this could be like family or even past lives. And you're cycling through it. And you're thinking that you're probably like reverting or going back, or as if like you're like doubling down in vibration, but it's actually like you're ascending. It's just like you're cycling it out. And as you're processing through like, like the limited beliefs, the emotions, the thoughts, and even like the pains in your body that were probably never yours to begin with. It was just passed on trauma that you thought it was yours. So this is all coming into awareness because you're coming back into recalibration of who you are and your essence. And it's all being interconnected. I'm seeing like heavy on like the roots. What else, Spirit guys? Yeah, because you're in a part in your life where you're reconnecting back to your true self. You're healing. And you're also like nurturing yourself, taking some time to yourself, like to like really identify like, why am I feeling this way? What do I read right now? What can I do for myself to make my day like way more better, easier going? And just really just nurturing yourself. What else, Spirit guides? Yeah, Spirit's reminding you as you're going through like this whole like process of healing, you're stepping into peace. It's like as you're dissolving like this heaviness that you have in your chest and your body and in your system or even in your mind, you're dissolving like the fog and you're coming into clarity. And that's where you're going to find true essence and peace like into your present life. You're not going to be avoiding being in the present moment anymore because you're no longer hurting. You're no longer stuck in that cycle of like repetitive pain. Yeah, because you're stepping into fulfillment. There's a lot of things that are going to be coming for you, a lot of happiness and a lot of divine protection for sure. This divine protection that is happening is like in regards to like what is coming for you, what is already your birthright to come. And this has to do a lot with emotional fulfillment, your stability, having a strong sense of self, and even seeing past the illusions. I think that's the IRA. Like you're just seeing past the veil, like you're seeing everything clear as day. 707 as I'm saying this. Yeah, because you're stepping into your confidence, into your into your power. After a long time of being weighed down, sink down, and your thoughts, depressed, emotional, a little bit confused, maybe like without sense of direction, you're finally stepping like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is all along what I was meant to be doing. And I've just been overwhelming myself, stressing myself out for something that is just so simple and so easy, where I could just take my time and just enjoy the process. And I'm just seeing like you're just harmonious, like you're just gonna be becoming like one with the universe once you get to this point. And maybe you are already stepping into this point, or you're about to be. What else, Spirit guides? Yeah, because this is gonna be like a moment in your life where you're like having this like deep spiritual understanding as to why you went through what you went through, and as well like as to why you were giving these lessons and this wisdom and this deeper understanding as to why, like, you know, human nature works the way that it does. And also to like end the cycle, so that way you can no longer keep attracting that anymore into your timeline or into the next timelines that you're going to be stepping into. Gaia can be very significant here. There's just a lot of information that you're learning through, like you're getting to learn yourself, how your mind works, how your body works, the patterns and habits, and as to why and how they started. Like it's just like a deeper understanding that you're coming towards yourself, and towards like how is your energy being projected out in the outer world. And this is because you're coming through like a whole like a purge, like a rejuvenation, an emotional cleanse. You've been carrying people's emotions, and you can just be a walking sponge. And even in environments that are empty, there's still energy lingering around. You can't see it. Sometimes you can hear it, but you're absorbing people's emotions, thoughts, habits, rituals. So cleanse yourself, ground yourself, remind yourself that this is not you. This is just you absorbing other people's stuff. And by you allowing yourself to purge and let go and give yourself that grace to process those emotions and feel them through, you're granting yourself freedom. A lot of liberation and a lot of like, what's it called? Transparency. I'm getting the sensation like there's this ocean, and like other people's emotions like are like just polluting your water. And by you allowing yourself to like, you know, like disinfect, clear it out, push it away into like the sense of like, this is mine to feel, this are my emotions, this is my reality, you can't control this no more, like I take full ownership of it. And it's that radical like accountability that you're taking in now, where it's like, nobody can ever ruin my happiness if it doesn't have my permission. And even then, I don't permit anybody to ruin what I got going on for me. What else? Yeah, you're gonna be radiating like this pure kind of energy, because they're like, you're literally purging. Like, I don't know how like better words to like explain it, but you're just literally letting go of a lot of things. And this could be past stuff, like stuff that happened to you like probably years ago in friendships and relationships, even with your own family. You're just like letting it all go. You're like, you know what, I'm gonna let it all surface back up, so that way I can no longer have it in my orbit, in my system, and just finally be free once and for all. Because this has been holding you back from your creativity, from having fun, from being in the present moment, and from even like reconnecting or making like, you know, new connections in your life. Yeah, and that's kind of like now like what you're seeing past the veil, past the illusion. Like, these emotions don't make you you. They do let you know whenever something's off, but it doesn't mean that this is going to be your reality. That's just an illusion. Just because you're feeling angry, sad, or upset, that doesn't mean like that is you. That is just your pain body reacting, wanting that like to identify itself with you. And you have the full control and authority to change your mind, to pivot and think of positive things. What is this teaching me about myself? And how can I stop letting other obstacles outside of me take my power away in that sense? And I'm seeing like radical transformations going on here, and also seeing like your third eye and your throat chakra being activated. So sense of expression is going to be very loud and bold now, like coming into this new like timeline, and also seeing past a lot of things. Like, you're going to just be clocking people. Clocking them. Yeah, because you're finally in like clarity. Like, there's so much like liberation here. You're gonna be in your full authentic power, and you're in being your full self. Like, you're not gonna care what anybody thinks or how they feel about you, because it's none of your business. At the end of the day, what's really your business is how you feel about yourself, how do you perceive yourself, and how do you allow things to affect you. That is what you actually have full control about. And so I'm seeing 11s being very significant here. You might be born on the 11th. You might be seeing 11-11. Pigeons are also very significant. So a lot of liberation, a lot of peace and serenity is coming your way. Right now, you're just in the midst of it. You're just in the midst of it, but have faith in the process. You got this. I believe in you, and please give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. Whew, I feel like that was a lot. And if you made it this far into the reading, letting you know, I opened up an Etsy shop. If you want to check it out, I have posted my readings on there, so you can book for a 1-card reading. That is just like a written reading. There's also that, I think there's a 20-minute reading that's pre-recorded, and the 10-minute pre-recorded reading. And I think there's also a 5-minute pre-recorded reading. You can check it out, and so that way you can book and get your reading personally. So yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and if it resonates, it resonates, and if it doesn't, leave it out the window. Do not force it, and allow yourself to be human. Allow yourself to be human, but please don't make, you know, these tough times your everyday reality, okay? Until next time, bye.